Hey everybody, welcome down to the prop shop. I'm Bill Duran, prop maker here at Punished Props, and today I'm going to answer a question that I get from you guys a whole bunch about foam, props, and costumes. You guys want to know how to get really smooth, clean edges on your foam pieces. Well, there are a ton of different techniques. In fact, my pal Evil Ted Smith has a whole bunch of his own techniques. In fact, he's got one video in particular about sanding foam edges you really ought to check out. We'll put a link to that down in the description. But I'm going to show you my favorite method for getting really cool, clean edges on your foam pieces. The short answer is I use my rotary tool. I have a really cool Foredom rotary tool that we upgraded to recently when my last one died. But any rotary tool will work. The one caveat is I really like using the flexible shaft attachment, but you can get a Dremel or a Craftsman with that flexible shaft thing for something like 50 bucks, and it's well worth the investment. I also have a whole bunch of the different bits that come with the rotary tool. I just went and bought the pack with everything in it, and I try all those bits out and see which ones are my favorite. My go-to bits for sculpting and smoothing out foam are the simple sanding drums that come with just about every rotary tool, and I really like the grinding bits, especially a couple of them that I've had for years that are kind of worn down a little bit, but they help provide a really smooth finish. I start off by doing whatever sort of sculpting I need to do. So I could do a nice little round over on an edge of my foam, or I could add a really nice looking 45-degree bevel on there. Or if I have a whole bunch of sculpting to do and I really want to remove a whole lot of material, I can just go bonkers with that sanding drum and sculpt a whole bunch of shapes and forms into the foam. Of course, this kicks up a whole lot of dust. Make sure you're wearing a dust mask. You don't want to be breathing in any of that stuff. When I'm happy with the shape that I've gotten, I'll go over with a sanding stick. This is just an emery board or a nail file. That's sort of like a 200 grit or so sanding stick. And I'll smooth out any pieces that I think just need to be shaped a little bit more. Once I'm happy with that, I switch over to my grinding bits. I have a couple of them that I really like. One is a little bit of a cylinder shape, and the other one's kind of like a teardrop rounded off shape. I'll use one or the other depending on what the final form is supposed to look like. So I'll take those grinding bits and do my best to smooth out all the fuzzy bits on the edges of the foam. This sort of technique does take a little bit of practice. You're gonna have to get the hang of it, get used to the tool that you have, get used to the foam that you're using, but it's well worth investing the time and getting good at it. You can get some really nice finishes this way. When the foam is as smooth as you can get it, then you can go ahead and heat seal it. Heat sealing basically is applying a whole lot of heat to your foam, closing off the cells in the foam, and if you do a good job at it, you'll kind of burn off any of the remaining fuzzy bits that you've got on there. You could use either a heat gun to do this, or if you've got it, a blowtorch, just quickly scorching the edge of it and removing the last bit of fuzziness from your foam. And there you go. Once you've got it to this state, you can apply whatever sealing and painting finishes that you want to get the final look for your foam, prop, or costume. I hope you guys are enjoying all of these tips and tricks. We've got a playlist that you really ought to go check out with a whole bunch of videos in there all about foam, costumes, and props, finishing techniques, how to strap your armor, how to paint your armor, and how to paint your guns. And of course, if you haven't checked it out already, we've got the Foamsmith book. It's available on punishedprops.com. This is a how-to on building costumes from foam, and you can get it in both digital and print versions, just like the one in my hand here. And if you like that one, then you'll be excited to know we are wrapping up the writing for the next Foamsmith book, all about making weapons. What kind of weapons, Bill? Foam weapons, of course. This is the Jade Rabbit from Destiny. This is an example piece that will be in the next book, so look forward to that coming out soon. Thanks for checking out the video, you guys. Whoop. Trigger discipline, everyone. Thanks for checking out the video, you guys. Please subscribe, of course, if you're new to the channel, and stick around because we'll have more prop and costume making goodness for you next week. Thanks again. See you. Go make some.